Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe. This is episode 4 of Clash Manager tutorial series, which is basically a set of videos focused on recreating the outstanding Clash Manager systems found in Hearthstone by using Unity Engine and C# scripts. In the previous video, we have created the UI search buttons, which allows us to search for specific cards by their mana cost or class title. However, as you can see, our page UI tags go wrong because we did not consider such different situation in episode 2. Once we have a bunch of cards, if we search for cards by its mana cost or class title, the results card number will be more than 8. We still need to update turn page feature and fix the UI manager script. As always, the link for the project repository is on the description below. You can choose to skip the first 3 episodes and start from this episode. This project has been set up so that all you will focus on is the logic for C# script, so feel free and check them out. Okay, let's get into the video. Now we have opened up Unity. Before we get started, if we enter the play mode, once we press the keyboard A or D, we can turn the page. Additional, pressing search button on both sides allows us to search for specific cards by their mana cost or class title. However, our UI page text does not work as well as expected. Another error is, once we have more than 100 cards, of course the search result number will be more than 8, which means we also need to turn the page on searching mode instead of merely on normal mode. First of all, let's add more cards on Inspector. The purpose of adding more cards in this episode is guaranteeing the search result number will more than 8. For example, I'm going to add several cards which mana cost is 2, and its class title is Undead, so that once we press the corresponding buttons, we'll receive more than 8 cards in order to test turn page feature. After adding cards completely, don't forget to duplicate the card slots in the hierarchy and drag them into card slot list. We can run our scene and look at the game view, making sure we can still turn the page on normal mode first. Once we press the SearchByMana 2 button, you will notice that there are 9 cards on the scene view, and our page UI text does not display correctly. Create another button which allows player to display cards on normal mode. In other words, once we press this button, we can reset all of cards and return to the original state. And cancel the callback functions on View Change section. Replace the source image. Now there are 2 modes in this game. One mode is normal mode. We can display cards in this mode, and this is the default mode. We can turn the page if we do not click any search buttons. The other mode is searching mode. Once we are searching for cards by mana cost or class title, we will enter the second mode. Go to UI Manager script. We have one private variable that is called isSearch. And we have another integer type variable that is called total numbers. So this float number will track down how many cards do we have in searching mode. Once the Boolean variable is false, our game is normal mode. Otherwise, the game is searching mode. Go to update page function if the Boolean variable isSearch is equal to be false. Our page will display as the previous stuff. Otherwise, our page UI text will display another one. Go to turn page function. If the Boolean variable's value is equal to be false, we can press the keyboard A or D as normal. When we press the search buttons, the Boolean variable isSearch is equal to be true, which means our game is on searching mode. We have declared one private variable, total numbers, which track down how many cars do we have. When we for loop all of cars, we need to plus 1 on these variables to track down how many cars iterate inside this loop. Additional, don't forget to reset the total number value when you want to press any buttons again in case of the accumulate. Save the script and switch back. Focus on the visible private variable on inspector. When we press different buttons, each value will be the same value as the result car's number. Cool. As you can see, the total number at the beginning should be 26 instead of 9. The main reason is that one of Toggle's game objects is on property is set to be true by default. The total number is calculated from the toggle at the beginning. We must check the toggle group game object allow switch off, which means if this setting is disabled, pressing the toggle that is currently switched on will not change its states. Then manually turn off all of toggle game objects is on property. Go back to UI Manager script, create one public function called Initial Cars tab. If we want to go back to the normal mode, we can press the reset button on the top left corner, reset the page value and display all of cars in this game. Click the reset button and call this callback function on inspector. However, when we press the keyboard A or D to turn the page, the total number value always increases because we forgot to reset this value on normal mode. We can simply say if this Boolean variable's value is equal to be false, the total number is equal to 0. Let's close all functions for easy to read. If we are in searching mode, page text.text is equal to our current page add slash, then plus the total numbers value divided by 8, and then this group plus 1. If we enter the play mode, we can see that the page UI text displays correctly in different mode. Go to Visual Studio. Let's recreate SearchByMana function. Create one function called return card. The return type is the collection of card. We use list instead of array because we will add new element later. Array always has the fixed size. Instantiate an empty list called cards. For loop all of cards in this game. Inside for loop statements, declare one local card type variable. If the search mana cost is less than 8, once the card's mana is equal to the parameter value, we will add this card to our list. Also, once the search mana is greater or equal than 8, we can add the card to our list as well. We can put debug.log to get the value of list size in our game. Finally, don't forget to return the list type variable. Command or delete the previous function. Create a new function called SearchByMana. The parameter is one integer type value. First of all, when we press the SearchByMana button, the Boolean variable isSearch is equal to be true. Reset the total number value and page value. Instantiate an empty list called cards. Then assign the return type function's return value to this empty list. For loop all of card slots in this game, making sure you have reset all of card slots when you search for different cards. Then for loop all of cards in this game. Each page will only display at most 8 cards. We can copy and paste this group we made it in episode 1. Just make sure in episode 1 we display all of cards in this game, so we assign all of cards information to each card slot. However, inside this function, we are searching for what kind of cards do we want inside return card function, which means we only need to assign these specified cards to the card slots instead of all of cards. To do this is very easy. We need to replace the cards manager.cards with cards because we have used our variables cards to store the collection of cards we need. We don't need to display all of cards when we press the search button. Go to turnPage function. If isSearch mode is equal to be true, which means we press the SearchByMana button, we can also press the keyboard A or D to turn the page and display our specified cards. Create one new private function called DisplayPageUI function. Instantiate an empty list called cards. Cards is equal to the return card function. The parameter is one integer type. We know this variable is the current manner we are searching for. We have another private integer variable that is called current search manner. Once we press the search button, current search manner value is equal to this parameter we added on inspector. For example, when we press the second button, our current search manner value is 2. When we press the fifth button, our current search manner value is 5. Hidden all of card slots first. Then for loop all of cards we are searching for. Then copy and paste this group inside the for loop statements. Don't forget, each page can only display at most 8 cards. We can run our scene and look at the result. Once we are searching for cards which manner cost is 2. When we press the keyboard A or D again, unfortunately, the result does not work out as well as expected. We can turn the page, but the cards is not manner cost 2 cards. Go back to Visual Studio. The reason is here. We copy and paste this group. However, we don't want to assign all of cards information to the card slot. We have stored the specified cards what we want by using return card and assign this function return value to an empty list called cards. Let's replace the card manager.cards with cards. Everything looks perfect. Likewise, we can use the same step to update SearchByClass functions as well. DisplayPageUI function will be renamed the DisplayPageUI because later we'll create another function called DisplaySearchByClass. Now it's time to fix the search button on the left side, SearchByClass function. There are two modes in this game, normal mode and searching mode. Now let's expand into three different modes, normal mode, searching by mana mode, and searching by class mode. Go to turn-page function. Currently, there are three modes in this game. We have to fix the logic condition. If the current mode is searching by mana mode, we will run this group. Once the current mode turns into searching by class mode, we will run another group. Create a new private function called DisplayPageUI. Don't forget, we have changed into three different modes. When we press the search by mana button, the Boolean variable's value is search by mana is equal to be true. Of course, is search by class is equal to be false. Additional, once we press the reset button on top left corner, these two Boolean variables value should be set to be false. We have created one customized function to receive what kind of cars we are searching for by their mana cost. The return type is the collection of cars by using list. We can create another function called the same name. You can give a single method's multiple definitions. You can use the same method's name to do two different things. We call this method is methods overloading. Instantiate an empty list called cars. For loop of cars in this game, inside for loop statements, declare one local car type variable. Once the car's class title string type is equal to the parameter, we will add this card to our list. Finally, return this collection of cars which contains specific cars what we are searching for. Delete this group. We have declared one private string type variables called current search class. Inside SearchByClass function, current search class is equal to the parameter called class. Instantiate an empty list called cars. Cars is equal to the return card function. First of all, for loop all of car slots in this game. Hidden all of car slots. Then display all of cars which match with the condition in this game. Inside DisplayPageUI class function, we can simply copy and paste this group inside the function. We only need to replace the parameter current search manner with current search class. When we press play, the result is not worked out as well as expected. Go back to UI Manager script. We forgot to write else statements. If the cars is out of the current page, the result of cars has been set active to be false. Inside SearchByMana function, the rest of cars also have to set active to be false. Inside SearchByClass function, else statements set active to be false. However, our game will not display correctly after pressing the left buttons. We can close each functions and change their orders for easy to read. The main error is that we ignore this part to replace with cars. We cannot find the correct cars in this game. So let's change several parts in UI Manager script. Save the script and switch back. First of all, making sure you can turn the page in normal mode and search by mana mode. Once we press the undead button, we can use keyboard A or D to turn the page as you wish. Perfect. One more error is that when we press search by class button, a search by mana boolean variables should be false. A search by class is equal to be true. Now our project looks perfect and there is no errors now. Alright, this is the end of this video. In the next episode, we'll complete this series and add search bar and other features such as local image, counter image on cars prefab. Finally, we'll make code refactoring and decrease more than 120 lines than current script. You can expect the final episode to come out in 2 to 3 days. By the way, you can join our server on Discord. I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.